On the set of the Rockford Files, James Garner noticed a problem writer causing disruptions during filming. Instead of ignoring the issue or dismissing him, Garner decided to take a direct approach to teach a lesson. He observed that the writer often argued with crew members and was disruptive to the team. Recognizing the importance of maintaining professionalism, Garner approached the writer privately and calmly explained how his behavior affected everyone. Garner emphasized that teamwork and respect were essential for the success of their project. He shared stories from his own experience, illustrating the value of cooperation and focus. Garner also asked the writer to reflect on how his actions impacted the show's flow and morale. Over the next few days, Garner continued to support the writer, guiding him toward a better understanding of collaboration. This act of leadership helped the writer realize the importance of maintaining a positive attitude and respecting the work environment. Garner's actions served as a memorable lesson on responsibility and respect. His confidence and willingness to confront issues directly fostered a more productive and harmonious set. This incident became part of the behind-the-scenes stories that highlighted Garner's mature and effective approach to problem-solving. His lesson not only improved the moment, but also left a lasting impression on everyone involved. Certainly, in the 1974 TV series The Rockford Files, the characters played a central role in creating an engaging story about a private detective named Jim Rockford. Noah Beery Jr. portrayed Joseph "Rocky" Rockford, the father of Jim Rockford. Rocky was a retired truck driver who often served as a wise and supportive figure in his son's life, offering advice and guidance. Joe Santos played Sergeant Dennis Becker, a police officer with the Los Angeles Police Department who frequently worked with Rockford. Despite their professional differences, Becker was a dependable ally and friend to Jim. Stuart Margolin played Angel Martin, a clever but scheming con artist and a former cellmate of Rockford. Angel was known for his schemes and sometimes provided comic relief, but he also helped Rockford out of tight spots. Gretchen Corbett played Elizabeth Beth Davenport, an attorney who became romantically involved with Rockford and often helped him with his cases. These characters contributed depth and richness to the series, making it a memorable detective show that blended drama, humor, and friendship. In the action and trivia surrounding the 1974 TV series The Rockford Files, viewers can remember that the show was known for its exciting car stunts, especially involving Jim Rockford's classic Pontiac Firebird. This car was a key part of the series, often seen in thrilling chase scenes and action moments, and it frequently ended up damaged after these high-speed adventures. These scenes added a sense of excitement and realism to the show's detective stories. Additionally, every episode of the Rockford Files started with Rockford's answering machine. Over the 6 seasons of the series, a total of 122 messages were recorded on this machine. Interestingly, these messages were often unrelated to the main plot of each episode, but they served an important purpose by providing clues or connections from previous episodes. Some of these messages were humorous or quirky, making the show more engaging for fans who enjoyed catching these small details. The use of the answering machine as a narrative device helped create continuity and deeper engagement for viewers, making the series more than just a straightforward detective show. The combination of action, car stunts, and the unique storytelling technique involving the answering machine contributed to the show's popularity and lasting appeal. Fans of the series often remembered the excitement of Rockford's fast cars and the mysterious, sometimes amusing messages that added to the charm of the show. In the 1974 TV series The Rockford Files, the writers faced a unique challenge when it came to creating fresh answering machine messages for the show's characters. They found it difficult to come up with new and interesting messages that would fit naturally into the storylines and character development. To solve this problem, they decided to involve the entire crew, inviting suggestions and ideas from everyone involved in the production. This collaborative effort helped produce a variety of creative and realistic messages that added to the authenticity of the series. Meanwhile, the music for the show played a significant role in its success. Mike Post and Pete Carpenter, the talented composers, worked together to create a memorable theme song that would leave a lasting impression on viewers. Their composition was so popular that it reached the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10, a rare achievement for a TV show tune. The theme song also earned critical acclaim, winning a Grammy Award for Best Instrumental Arrangement. Its popularity extended beyond the United States, as a British soccer team adopted the melody and used it as their official anthem for many decades. This enduring use underscores how the music from the Rockford Files left a lasting cultural impact, highlighting the skill and creativity of the composers and the show's importance in television history. In the TV series The Rockford Files from 1974, the main character, private investigator Jim Rockford, was often seen driving a car that became quite iconic to fans of the show. He drove a Pontiac Firebird Esprit, which many people mistakenly thought was a Trans Am because of its similar design. However, it was actually an Esprit, a slightly different model. The official color of Rockford's car was called Copper Mist. This particular Firebird model was relatively new at that time, as it was introduced between 1974 and 1978. It was used consistently throughout the series, and even for the 6th season of the show. The reason for its continued use was that the actor James Garner, who played Rockford, disliked newer models of the Firebird. Because of his preference, the production team kept the same car for several seasons to maintain consistency, and because Garner was comfortable with it. The choice of car not only helped establish Rockford's character as someone who was practical and unpretentious, but also became a recognizable part of the show's identity. The Plymouth Firebird Esprit in Copper Mist became famous among fans, symbolizing Rockford's straightforward approach and no-nonsense attitude. Despite the fact that newer versions of the Firebird were available, the series stuck with this specific model because of Garner's preference, which influenced the show's overall look and feel. This dedication to the original car added to the authenticity of Rockford's character and made the vehicle an enduring symbol attached to the series' identity. The Firebird Esprit in Copper Mist thus holds a special place in television history as an integral part of the Rockford Files and a reflection of the show's style and character. Because of its unique style, the Rockford Files stands out among detective series. The character of Jim Rockford was originally created for a different show called Tama, which was an ABC series that never made it to production in 1973. The script for Tama featuring Jim Rockford was rejected by ABC, so the character was not used there. Later, NBC took on the project, but they also faced challenges. NBC thought the scripts for the show were too funny and did not fit the typical serious detective drama they wanted. Despite these problems, the writers and actor James Garner refused to change the humorous tone of the scripts. They believed that the humor was important to the character and the show's style. This stubbornness helped shape the show into something different from other detective series. It combined comedy and drama to create a more relaxed and real feeling. As a result, the Rockford Files became very popular for its wit, humor, and unique approach to crime stories. The creative choices made during the script development made the show memorable and helped it stand out on television. The fact that the character of Jim Rockford was kept funny, despite the initial rejection, shows how important that tone was to the show's identity. The series gained praise and a large audience because of its distinctive style, which was partly due to the original script's humor and the firm stance of those involved in making the show. While discussing the 1974 TV series The Rockford Files, it is important to look at its production companies and the legal issues it faced. The show was co-produced by several companies that played crucial roles in bringing the series to life. Among these were companies owned by Roy Huggins, James Garner, and Universal Television. Roy Huggins, known for creating many successful TV shows, contributed to the development and production of The Rockford Files, ensuring that the creative aspects of the series were well managed. James Garner, the star of the show, was not only an actor, but also a key figure in the production side, holding ownership in some of the companies involved. Universal Television was the major studio behind the series, providing the resources and distribution necessary to air the show widely and establish it as a hit during the 1970s. Despite the show's success, it also faced legal challenges. James Garner, who portrayed the main character, Jim Rockford, filed a lawsuit against Universal Television. He claimed that he was not paid his fair share of the profits from syndication sales, which are earnings made when a show is sold to other TV stations after its original run. Garner argued that he was entitled to a larger portion of these profits, which he believed were withheld unfairly. This legal dispute reflected broader issues in the entertainment industry at the time, where actors and creators often fought for their rights to profit from reruns and syndication. After some negotiations and legal discussions, the parties reached a settlement out of court, which allowed Garner to receive his due earnings without prolonged legal battles. This conflict highlighted the complex nature of television production and profit sharing in the entertainment business. It also illustrated the importance of legal agreements and fair rights management between actors, producers, and studios. Legal issues like these were not uncommon during the era, and often influenced how contracts and profit distributions were handled in the industry. Despite these challenges, the Rockford Files remained popular and remembered as a classic series, partly because of the talent and dedication brought by all involved parties. And although the lawsuit subjected Garner to legal scrutiny, the out-of-court settlement helped resolve the dispute, allowing everyone to move forward and continue their work. After that, viewers learned that Rocky's father, Joseph, was named after Stephen J. Cannell's father, adding a personal touch to the stories and characters. The name Rockford, which became iconic, was actually borrowed from the Universal Studios employee directory, showing how often real-life details influence the series. During the first season, Rocky's trailer moved twice, first from Ocean Boulevard in Los Angeles to a location called Paradise Cove in Malibu, highlighting the show's changing filming sites. The Paradise Cove location eventually became the fictional address at 29 Cove Road, and this address was used throughout the entire series. These details made the setting feel more real and helped connect the fictional world of Rocky to actual Los Angeles locations. The way the creators incorporated personal and real-world details into the show contributed to its charm and helped maintain consistency for viewers. Over time, the series became known not just for its stories, but for the sense of place that grounded Rocky's adventures in recognizable locations. The use of actual addresses and real locations added authenticity and allowed fans to feel closer to the character and his environment. All these small details helped make Rockford's world memorable and felt like a true reflection of Los Angeles during that time. Jim Rockford, the lead character of the 1974 TV series The Rockford Files, was known by several nicknames, including Sonny, Jimbo, Jim, Jimmy, and Rockfish. Each nickname reflected different sides of his personality or the relationships he had with those around him. While he didn't mind most of them, he had a particular dislike for the nickname Rockfish. This one carried painful memories, as it reminded him of his time in prison, a chapter of his life he preferred to forget. The nickname, though harmless in nature, seemed to represent a period of struggle and hardship for Jim, which made it uncomfortable for him. In addition to his nicknames, Rockford's phone number also became iconic in the series. His number, 311-555-2368, was part of the show's setting, and was purposely chosen to feature the 555 prefix, which was a standard practice for TV shows to avoid the use of real phone numbers. This made the number both memorable and fictional, ensuring that viewers could associate it with the character without any real-world implications. The use of a safe, recognizable number was a clever way to establish a connection to Rockford's world, without any risk of invasion of privacy for actual phone users. The combination of these nicknames and his phone number helped solidify Jim Rockford's place as a unique and memorable character in television history. His various nicknames highlighted the complexity of his relationships and character, while his phone number served as a simple, yet effective tool to connect him to the audience in a way that felt both personal and fictional. The Rockford Files, a popular television series from 1974, had a distinctive element that connected to the personal experiences of its star, James Garner. One notable feature was the license plate 853 OKG, which belonged to the show's protagonist, Jim Rockford. The plate was created by Rockford's agent, and it carried personal significance to Garner himself. This small detail added an extra layer of depth to the character, making the show even more memorable for audiences. However, behind the scenes, tensions were rising between Garner and the series producers, especially Glenn A. Larson. The conflict stemmed from a disagreement over creative differences, with Garner accusing Larson of plagiarizing episodes. This led to a heated argument between the two, which eventually escalated into a physical confrontation. The friction between them was so intense that it resulted in Larson being fined by the Writers Guild for his actions. Garner, not one to back down, took matters further by having Larson removed from the Rockford Files set. The whole ordeal highlighted Garner's strong commitment to the integrity of the show, and his unwillingness to tolerate actions he deemed as unethical. This behind-the-scenes conflict added another layer of complexity to the production of the Rockford Files, but it did little to tarnish the show's enduring legacy. Since the series The Rockford Files first aired in 1974, it became a beloved show known for its interesting characters and engaging stories. Jim Rockford, the main character, enjoyed eating tacos, which he often mentioned as his favorite food. Fans of the show remember how he would sit down with a taco after a long day of solving problems and helping people. Despite his tough and sometimes shady appearance, Rockford had a soft spot for simple comfort foods like tacos. In addition to his appreciation for good food, Rockford also kept a gun hidden in clever places. Since he didn't have a permit, he was careful about where he stored his firearm. Often, a gun was hidden in a cookie jar or inside a coffee canister, making it easy for him to find if needed but hard for others to discover. His discreet hiding spots showed his resourcefulness and the danger in his line of work. Behind the scenes, David Chase played an important role in creating the Rockford Files. He was both a co-writer and co-producer of the series. Chase's work on the Rockford Files helped bring a new style of storytelling to TV, blending humor with tough, realistic situations. Later, David Chase would create one of the most famous TV series of all time, The Sopranos, which changed how crime stories were told on television. Thus, the Rockford Files remains memorable not only for its stories and characters but also for the details that made Jim Rockford feel real, like his love for tacos and his hidden gun. The influence of David Chase also connects the series to the larger world of TV, showing how one show can lead to another. Fans continue to enjoy remembering Rockford's clever ways of hiding his gun, his simple tastes, and the talented people behind the scenes who helped craft the series. Since its debut, The Rockford Files has remained a beloved television series known for its mix of humor, mystery, and memorable characters. Throughout its run, the show paid tribute to James Garner, the star of the series, who not only brought the character of private investigator Jim Rockford to life, but also became the heart of the show. A notable tribute appeared in the acclaimed series The Sopranos, where a scene set in a retirement home featured the show's theme music, recognizing the Rockford Files and its impact on television. Garner was unique among the cast because he was the only actor to appear in every episode, anchoring the series with his charm and wit. His portrayal of Rockford made the character an enduring icon of television detective stories. Even many years after its original broadcasts, The Rockford Files continues to be appreciated by viewers for its fun, humor, and clever storytelling. Its lighthearted tone, combined with Garner's charismatic performance, ensures that the series remains entertaining and relevant. For older adults and new viewers alike, the show offers a window into classic television and the charisma of one of its most talented actors. As the years pass, The Rockford Files still stands out as a series that brings joy and laughter, reminding everyone of the timeless appeal of honest, humorous storytelling centered around a lovable detective. The Rockford Files remains a standout television series from 1974, widely appreciated for its realistic portrayal of private investigator Jim Rockford and its engaging storytelling. The series is celebrated for its authentic depiction of crime-solving adventures, emphasizing the protagonist's relatable and down-to-earth personality. Unlike many of its contemporaries, the show often avoided overly glamorous or exaggerated detective tropes, instead focusing on practical, street-smart solutions that resonated with viewers seeking a more genuine view of private investigation work. Rockford himself, characterized by his sardonic wit and cautious approach, brought a refreshing perspective to the genre, standing apart from archetypal hero figures. Opinions on the show's style vary, and one unique aspect that some viewers find intriguing is the presence of a female narrator who describes actions and leads into scenes. This narrative device adds a distinctive flavor to the viewing experience, creating an engaging, almost documentary-like tone that enhances the storytelling. However, there is some curiosity among fans regarding whether this narration was part of the original 1974 episodes or a later addition during syndication. The consensus is that the original episodes did not typically feature such narration, which was more likely added during reruns or for specific broadcasts, possibly to provide context or streamline the storytelling for new audiences. The show's casting and character development are points of praise, particularly the portrayal of Rockford by James Garner, whose witty charm and grounded demeanor made him an enduring and beloved character. The series also featured notable supporting characters, such as Stuart Margolin's portrayal of the sleazy angel, whose role added a layer of complexity and nuance to the show's universe. Likewise, Isaac Hayes appeared in several episodes, contributing his tough persona and adding to the gritty, authentic atmosphere that set the Rockford Files apart from other detective shows. Critics and fans often draw comparisons to classic crime dramas, noting the show's balance of humor, tension, and realism. Some perceive it as one of the better Private Eye series, partly because of its honest depiction of the challenges faced by private investigators and the often cynical, but compassionate, outlook of Rockford himself. Unlike more heroic or stereotypical detective characters like Bogart's famous film noir figures, Rockford's cautious approach, reluctance to take unnecessary risks, and humorous one-liners made him more relatable and humanized the genre. However, varying opinions exist regarding stylistic choices within the series. For example, some viewers find the narration or stylistic flourishes charming and innovative, while others see them as unnecessary or detracting from the show's original feel. The presence of a female narrator, in particular, is seen by some as an interesting, if unconventional, addition that adds humor and a modern touch. But purists often question whether it was part of the original 1974 episodes or a later edit for syndication purposes. In terms of comparable shows, the Rockford Files can be likened to other private detective series that combine crime solving with character-driven storytelling, such as Columbo, which shares a focus on clever, realistic mysteries, or Harry O'Rourke. Moreover, its mix of humor, grit, and relatable characters influenced many later detective shows. Its portrayal of a protagonist who is neither overly glamorous nor invincible set a template for more grounded detective series. In conclusion, The Rockford Files is celebrated for its realistic tone, well-rounded characters, and engaging storytelling, which set it apart from other crime dramas of its time. While stylistic choices like the female narration may seem unusual to some viewers, they contribute to the show's unique character and appeal. The series' willingness to portray a flawed, cautious hero rather than a superhuman detective has endeared it to a broad audience and secured its place as a classic in television history. Fans appreciate its blend of humor, authenticity, and compelling narratives, making it an enduring favorite among private eye shows. As we wrap up our exploration of the Rockford Files and its iconic moments, there's one more chapter to uncover. What happened to the cast after the show ended? From unexpected career shifts to personal transformations, the story behind the stars continues in ways that will surprise you. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the lives of the cast members, revealing their journeys post-Rockford. You won't want to miss what's next. Simon Oakland portrayed Vern St. Cloud in the 1974 television series The Rockford Files. His character was a shrewd and manipulative attorney who often found himself entangled in the gritty underworld of Los Angeles, adding a layer of darkness to the show's gritty tone. Oakland's portrayal was sharp and intense, showcasing his ability to bring a sense of menace and moral ambiguity to the role. Beyond the Rockford Files, Oakland's career spanned decades, with a reputation as a versatile actor often cast in hard-boiled roles in film and television. Off-screen, however, his life was marked by quiet struggles and personal hardships that seldom made headlines. He faced health issues later in life, battling the decline of physical and mental strength as age caught up with him. Rumors of substance abuse circulated quietly, though nothing was ever confirmed publicly. His career waned as Hollywood moved on, leaving him largely in the shadows of his former fame. The last known information about Oakland indicates he withdrew from public life after the late 1980s, living a reclusive existence until his death. His final years remain shrouded in mystery, with few details available about his personal circumstances. Simon Oakland's story is one of a talented actor whose most intense moments were often behind the camera, quietly fighting personal demons until the end. Scott Brady portrayed Hamill in the 1974 television series The Rockford Files, a role that added a layer of complexity to his career. Hamill was a hard-edged, morally ambiguous character, reflecting Brady's ability to embody gritty, shadowy figures on screen. This role showcased Brady's range as an actor capable of portraying both charm and darkness, fitting into the brooding atmosphere of the series. His career before the show was marked by steady work in film and television, but Brady never reached superstar status, often playing supporting roles that hinted at deeper personal struggles. Off-screen, Brady's life was marked by turmoil and controversy. Once seen as a promising actor, he faced personal hardships, including financial difficulties and health issues. Rumors of substance abuse and strained relationships with colleagues circulated, yet Brady remained largely private about his struggles. His personal life was riddled with scandals that tarnished his reputation, leading to periods of professional decline. Brady also reportedly faced legal troubles and financial setbacks in later years, which reflected a darker descent behind the scenes. The final chapter of Brady's life is shrouded in mystery. The last known information places him in relative obscurity, away from the Hollywood spotlight. Some sources suggest he lived quietly, battling ongoing health problems, but details remain scarce. As of now, there is no confirmed public record of his death, leaving his fate uncertain. This lingering ambiguity preserves the enigmatic aura that surrounded both his career and personal life. His story remains a vivid reminder of the fragile line between fame and personal hardship. George Wyner portrayed the character Bryce in the 1974 series The Rockford Files. His role was that of a subtly cunning, morally ambiguous figure, embodying the gritty, shadowy underbelly of the show's universe. Wyner's portrayal brought a quiet intensity, effectively capturing the complexity and subtle menace of the character, making him memorable amidst a sea of colorful personalities. After the series ended, Wyner's career evolved into a wide array of film and television roles, often playing lawyers, doctors, or shady figures, yet his personal life remained shrouded in mystery. Rumors circulated about struggles with mental health and hidden financial hardships, but concrete details are scarce, fueling speculation about his private battles. There were no publicly known scandals involving Wyner, but some reports suggest periods of professional inactivity, possibly linked to personal turmoil. His later years seemed marked by seclusion, with infrequent interviews revealing little about his inner life. The last confirmed information places Wyner out of the public eye, living a quiet life far from the spotlight, with no current records of his activities or health status. His legacy endures through his impactful performances, but much about his personal journey remains an enigma, adding a layer of dark intrigue to his story. Michael Lerner portrayed Arnold Love in the 1974 TV series The Rockford Files, a character shrouded in intrigue and complexity. His role was that of a manipulative, enigmatic figure whose presence hinted at darker motives beneath a veneer of civility. Lerner's performance brought a haunting depth to Arnold Love, emphasizing his mysterious nature and moral ambiguity. After the series ended, Lerner's career took a darker turn. He struggled to find consistent work, and whispers of substance abuse and personal instability began circulating. His life was marred by scandals involving political connections and accusations of financial improprieties, which stained his reputation. Public records reveal episodes of hardship, including failed businesses, legal disputes, and broken relationships, painting a picture of a man battling inner demons. Despite his once promising acting career, Lerner seemed increasingly isolated, retreating from the entertainment industry. The last known details point to a quiet, private existence, away from the spotlight, with reports suggesting he suffered from health issues linked to his past lifestyle. His subsequent years remain cloaked in mystery, leaving many to wonder about the true story behind his rise and fall. The available evidence offers a somber reflection on fame's fragile grip and the personal costs of a tumultuous life. Stuart Margolin's portrayal of Angel Martin in The Rockford Files in 1974 marked a defining moment in his acting career. As Angel, Margolin brought a complex mix of wit, vulnerability, and moral ambiguity to the character, making him both a memorable foil and an intriguing figure in the series. His portrayal was characterized by a sharp, sardonic edge that concealed a deeper layer of pain, hinting at a troubled past beneath the clever facade. The role showcased Margolin's talent for blending humor with darker undertones, setting him apart from typical television sidekicks. Beyond the series, Margolin's life was marked by a series of personal hardships and struggles with fame. His career origins were rooted in theater, but he faced numerous challenges balancing the demands of Hollywood with personal demons. Rumors of substance abuse and emotional turmoil overshadowed his professional accomplishments at times, leading to periods of relative obscurity. Margolin's life was not without scandal. He reportedly battled depression and faced difficult times maintaining stability amid the pressures of the entertainment industry. In his later years, Margolin sought quieter moments away from the spotlight, yet he maintained a deep passion for acting. His work earned critical acclaim, including Emmy nominations, reflecting his resilience and talent despite adversity. The last known information about Margolin reveals that he remained somewhat elusive, opting for a private life disconnected from media scrutiny. He passed away in 2016, leaving behind a legacy of compelling performances and a life marked by both brilliance and shadows. The true nature of his final years remains largely private, adding an air of mystery to his enduring story. Bo Hopkins portrayed John Cooper in the 1974 TV series The Rockford Files, a role that showcased his rugged charm and gritty screen presence. Cooper was a tough, no-nonsense private investigator whose presence often added a layer of danger and complexity to the story. Hopkins's performance was marked by a quiet intensity, embodying a man haunted by his past and driven by a need for justice. His character's scenes reflected Hopkins' ability to blend vulnerability with raw strength, making Cooper an unforgettable figure in the series. After the show ended, Hopkins' career took a darker turn. He faced numerous struggles that overshadowed his early success. Rumors of substance abuse and personal scandals circulated, hinting at a life tainted by hardship and remorse. His reputation was marred by allegations of reckless behavior and failed relationships, revealing a man battling inner demons. Hopkins also faced financial difficulties, struggling to find roles that matched his earlier fame. Beyond his career, Hopkins endured personal tragedies. Reports suggest he experienced a series of losses, including the death of loved ones, which plunged him into periods of deep depression. His mental health reportedly suffered, leading to periods of withdrawal from the public eye. Despite these hardships, Hopkins remained a mysterious figure, rarely speaking about his darkest times. The last known information places him as a reclusive man, living away from the spotlight, perhaps seeking peace after a turbulent life. His journey is a testament to the fleeting nature of fame, and the personal battles often hidden behind screen personas. The full extent of his later life remains largely private, adding an enigmatic layer to his legacy. Tom Atkins portrayed Alex Deal in the 1974 television series The Rockford Files, a role that showcased his ability to embody complex, morally ambiguous characters. Deal was a tough, enigmatic figure whose unpredictable nature forced Atkins to navigate a fine line between menace and charm, leaving a lasting impression on viewers. After the series ended, Atkins' career continued to develop with a mix of supporting and leading roles in film and television, often highlighting his knack for playing gritty, intense characters. Despite some steady work, he faced personal hardships, including struggles with health issues and the difficulty of maintaining a long-term acting career in a competitive industry. In the shadows, Atkins kept a low profile, avoiding the limelight and scandals that marred others in Hollywood. Rumors of substance abuse circulated but remained unconfirmed, fueling speculation about his personal battles. His life outside of acting was marked by periods of isolation and financial instability, yet he maintained a quiet resilience. The last known information suggests Atkins withdrew from public view in the early 2000s, leaving behind a legacy of compelling performances and a life marked by shadows and perseverance. To this day, his true story remains a guarded secret, a quiet testament to the darker side of Hollywood's spotlight. James Garner's portrayal of Jim Rockford in the 1974 television series The Rockford Files cemented his image as a rugged, wise, and morally complex private investigator. Garner brought a gritty realism to the role, balancing vulnerability with toughness, making Rockford a symbol of resilience amid corruption and deception. The character's layered personality showcased Garner's ability to portray someone haunted by past failures, yet driven by an unshakable sense of justice. Following the show's ending in the late 1970s, Garner's career took a mixture of high-profile roles and quieter moments of personal struggle. He faced legal disputes and experienced the heartbreak of a tumultuous personal life, including a discreet battle with health issues. Garner was known for his reclusive tendencies and reluctance to seek the limelight, which contrasted sharply with the fame he achieved. His life was occasionally touched by scandals, notably his accusations of infidelity, which brought media scrutiny, but rarely damaged his reputation deeply. Throughout his later years, Garner endured several health setbacks, including strokes and heart problems. Reports suggest he remained guarded about his private life, revealing little about his personal suffering. His final public appearances were sparse, and he kept a low profile until his death in 2014. The last known details highlight a man who endured personal hardships with stoic dignity, leaving behind a legacy that continues to resonate with fans and critics alike. Gerald McCraney portrayed D.A. John Pleasance in the 1974 television series The Rockford Files, a role that showcased his commanding presence and ability to embody tough, morally complex characters. Pleasance was depicted as a relentless prosecutor driven by justice, but often shadowed by personal struggles. McCraney's portrayal gave the character layers of grit and vulnerability, making Pleasance memorable among the show's ensemble. After the show's conclusion, McCraney's career took a notable turn as he transitioned into a prolific film and television actor. His resilience persisted despite early typecasting and the industry's fickle nature. Off-screen, McCraney faced personal hardships, including battles with health issues that cast shadows over his later years. Rumors whispered of legal entanglements and private scandals that the actor kept tightly guarded from the public eye, hinting at a life marked by internal conflicts and clandestine struggles. His marriage to actress Delta Burke endured turbulent times, including periods of separation that revealed a more vulnerable side of the actor. In recent years, the last confirmed information indicates McCraney continues to live a quiet life, avoiding the limelight, choosing solitude over fame, with few updates on his health or activities. His story remains one of resilience amid obscurity, a figure haunted by his past, yet dignified in his quiet retreat. The Rockford Files was a beloved TV series that captured the hearts of many viewers in the 1970s. Starring James Garner as the wisecracking private investigator Jim Rockford, the show was known for its witty dialogue, memorable characters, and clever mysteries. Throughout its run, it faced challenges such as changing network schedules and competition from other hits of the time, but it remained popular thanks to Garner's unique charm and the show's engaging stories. The series also launched the careers of other talented actors and left a lasting impact on detective dramas. Many fans have warm memories of watching Jim Rockford solve problems with his resourcefulness and humor. As we close, think back to your childhood. Did you grow up watching the Rockford Files? Do you remember catching an episode after school or on weekend nights? What moments or characters stayed with you over the years? Share your stories and memories in the comments below. We love hearing how this show brought a little bit of nostalgia and joy into your